Now on DRagonFLIX. Linnea Quigley's scary movie biography show. Featuring stories never heard before of movies she has made. Return of the Living Dead. Savage Streets. Night of the Demons. Sorority Babes in the Slime-Ball-orama. Cannibal. Linnea Quigley's horror workout. Hollywood Chainsaw Hookers. Graduation Day. These are just a few that will be brought to you exclusively by DRagonFLIX.
It started off as an innocent prank that erupted in savage violence.
I'm gonna kill him! I'm gonna kill him!
Look at that chick, huh? You think she had fun when she filled her car with garbage, huh?
Shut up, Red.
What are you gonna do about it?
All right, girls.
Girl, what you yelling for? Heather's deaf. Hey, Brenda, isn't this Heather's stuff? Oh my God, Brenda!
Oh, I'm sorry about your sister, Brenda. The police are doing everything they can. But she shouldn't have been there in the first place.
Charlene, I love her so much. What am I gonna do if Heather dies?
We'll meet you guys at the top. You sure you're not gonna hurt her, right, Jake? Isn't that what I said? No, Jake!
Brenda, you can't take the whole world on by yourself.
You don't know anything.
Justice for all, justice for all. You get what you get when you've broken the law.
For God's sake, it wasn't my fault.
Hey,
What is it?
wait a minute, man. I don't like it. Something's weird.
What's the matter, boys? Lose your nerve? What a shame.
We're gonna play a little game, baby. Hey, Red! Red!
Oh, yeah.
She came loaded for bear. No! No!
Oh, my. I missed. And I just so want to see you bleed to death.
Pay for your crime. The judgment will stand. My back's to the wall. It's out of my head.
Go for you, Brenda. Brenda, baby.
Linda Blair in Savage Streets, where the only law is an eye for an eye.
I remember doing Savage Streets, and I have great memories of it. It wasn't the most fun to do certain parts, but it was just like a great experience because I got to work with somebody that I really like. I'll tell you about that later, but right now I'll tell you about how I got into Savage Streets. I guess I had already done Silent Night, Deadly Night. I hadn't done Return yet, and I got a casting call where I had to go in, and I didn't have to, but I did, and read for Heather. Now, there weren't any words. She was a deaf mute, so they were grilling me and saying, okay, you have to be nude. You're going to be raped. It's going to be ugly. And I'm like, most actresses, oh, sure, I'll do it. You know, that's fine with me. So when we were rehearsing, we had rehearsal time actually, and it was Cherie Curry as my sister from The Runaways. And we were rehearsing for about a week, and everything was going good. Then we got a call to all the cast is going to meet at the producer's house. So we met at the producer's house, and they said, okay, there's been some changes. We'll explain this to you. So Cherie wasn't there. I thought that was really weird. So what we did was all get around, and they said, okay, everybody, we have a new person in this. Just Cherie didn't work out. So we're waiting, and down the stairs comes, da-da-da-da, Linda Blair. I was so impressed. But I was scared because, first of all, we're about the same size, and I'm supposed to be her little sister, and she has brown eyes, I have blue. We're the same age. I thought, okay, I'm going to be fired next. I think everybody thought they were going to be fired because a lot of people had been fired. So I go, okay, this is going to be great. I am so intimidated. I don't know what to do. So the first day on the set, I have a scene with her, and I'm so nervous because it's Linda Blair. And I, went through learning some, language, for the part, because I'm a deaf mute. And I hate it when everybody says, oh, you did a great job, you didn't have any lines. It's like, well, yeah, but I had to do a lot of, things that are a lot more complicated. But she was very protective of me, and I really appreciate that. She said a lot of kind things about my performance. Now, the scene that was really hard to do was, of course, the rape scene. And the guys came in, and when they were throwing me around, the one guy had the leather jacket and the pins on it. And when they're throwing me around, my arm got stuck on one of the pins. And I'm thinking in my head, real fast, oh my God, he's going to throw me to the other guy, and this pin's going to rip my arm. But I don't want to wreck this take. It didn't rip my arm, but it did hurt, kind of. And then in the rape scene, they had to rip my top off. Well, they hadn't really done the rip-away shirt great, so it hurt. And the guys didn't break character except for Scott Myers. He was very, very, very kind and everything during the rape scene, during the times we weren't filming. But it was kind of scary in a way because they didn't break character, and I didn't know what to think. Are they enjoying this? What's going on? But the director, Danny Steinman, who was the first director, said to me, okay, why don't we have mucus coming out your nose and blood running down your leg? And I said, that's a little too much. I think we should just let it be. That I think the rape is good enough, and tearing off the clothes and doing all that is good enough. And I used to drive in with Scott Myers, who was the guy that was kind to me. And that was kind of awkward too. But the thing that really was weird was we had to shut down filming for a couple months. And according to Screen Actor Guild laws, you cannot cut your hair, you can't change yourself, you have to stay the same because you're on hold. And my manager called and told SAG I was on hold and everything. So when we got back to filming 2 months later, it was a different director, John Strong, and I missed Danny, and all of a sudden SAG came on the set and said, oh, we have $5,000, which was a lot then for everyone. And I said, oh my God, that's great. $5,000, woo! Because we weren't even paid that much to do the film. So he said, well, not for you. And I said, what? What do you mean not for me? He said, well, nobody called and said you were on hold, and, you know, you weren't on hold. And I said, yes, I was. I'm back here now, so I was on hold. Well, after that, I said, Screen Actors Guild, suck my, because they didn't help me. They didn't even stick behind me or anything. So I never received $5,000. So you know where they can go. But Savage Streets was a great experience. And, oh, another funny story was Johnny, who played the guy that, you know, was like never been with a girl or anything. He wanted to rehearse the scene where I'm in the hospital in a coma. And I thought, well, I'm just laying there. How am I going to rehearse? And he kept saying, well, let's rehearse the scene. So I was trying to get out of it. And I made a good point. I said, well, why don't you be surprised? Why don't you come in the room and, you know, just see me for the first time and I'm in a coma and everything. And he said, oh, you're right. So I got out of that. But Savage Streets was a great experience. And I loved working with Linda Blair and the whole cast, actually. It was really great.
Micro-budget Studios brings you a new concept in movie watching on the small screen, containing some of the world's most interesting films by cinema's biggest talent, which will be shown and added to on a monthly basis.